I am not this kid, but I have permission to post this. He asked me to. Please enjoy, no hate, and for context, our teacher let him teach.
Hey, sit back down. Is everybody completely done with 16A?
Fart.
Fart.
Did I ask you to say that? No. I did not say stupid stuff like that.
I thought that was how you spelled Fahrenheit. I'm sorry.
Read the after class. Clay, did you have something to say?
No.
Everybody completed 17A. Or 16A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a lollipop.
Are you recording it right now?
I finished too. I don't even have to
You get a lollipop.
We're the ones here.
Okay, whatever, I don't care. We're moving on to 16B, nobody cares.
I'm having panic attack right now.
Equals what Fahrenheit?
Yeah, take over.
All right, Braden. Good job.
Here, Brayden, do you want this?
I like doing this. I like having like.
We got the real teacher back.
Are you gonna read? Yay!
Yeah,
Everybody impeach the teacher.
like you chat.
Power.
Come on.
Okay.
Yay! What's your uncle's name?
Wait,
Jack?
is number 17 113?
He asked me to film it.
Wait,
Yes.
I thought you said we weren't getting a practice sheet.
Jim and Fred. I love this.
Well, this is from Fred.
All right.
Well, we don't care about
In
Fred.
chapter 25 of Fred.
Forget my fake penguin noises.
That's 26. This is hilarious.
This is called when you have family issues and you just want attention.
All right, put your phone down. Are you gonna illustrate while I read?
Perfectly, yes.
Nothing inappropriate.
I'm now afraid of Brayden.
Oh!
Ooh, Brayden, you better not get in trouble.
Chapter
Not
25.
kidding.
Solving algebra equations.
I'm filming this for notes later.
Please don't. Since Fred still had a piece of French fry in his pocket, he didn't stop at the vending machines in the hallway. He could make several meals out of that one fry. He looked down the hallway. His office door was open. All the dirt in his office was gone. There was a note on his desk. Another fine cleaning job by Samuel P. Wistrom. Hey, Fred, I cleaned up the dirt in your office. The kitten's president told us to get rid of the Victory Gardens. Someone told him that World War II was over. Regards, Sam. Not a trace of dirt was left. The books on the shelves on all four walls were in perfect order. My sleeping bag is gone, Fred thought. He headed down to the basement and knocked on the door marked Samuel P. Wistrom, Educational Facility Math Department Building, Kittens University, Chief Inspector Planner Remediator for offices 225 to 324. His old sign had read Sam the Janitor. Hi, Sam, Fred began. I saw your note. You sure cleaned out my office as clean as a whistle. Yup, as clean as a whistle, Sam answered. I have a question. Do you know where my sleeping bag is? I ain't seen it, but my new vacuum cleaner sure do work wonders, don't it? Sam answered. You vacuumed the dirt? Fred couldn't believe what he was hearing.
Bruh.
That doesn't seem possible. Wouldn't your vacuum cleaner fill up? There was about 112 cubic feet of dirt in my office. Sam scratched his head. I wouldn't know about any feet in your office, but my new vacuum cleaner, she could handle them if she found them. Sam opened his closet door and showed Fred his new machine. It was a giant hose that was
Guys,
2
this is
feet
rare
in
image
diameter.
of a wild
Sam
animal.
explained how he stepped one end in Fred's office and ran the hose down 2 flights of stairs and into the dumpster. After turning on the switch, the room was clean and the dumpster was full.
Hey, what is that?
Mr. Teacher, what are you doing?
I'm drawing a hose. Shut up.
Fred now knew where his sleeping bag was. Fred looked at the cuckoo clock
Where's the
on
vacuum?
Sam's wall. Oh my, it's almost time for my first class. Fred raced up the stairs to his office and put on his bow tie. He liked to wear a bow tie when he was teaching. He thought it made him look older. That's an important consideration when you're teaching at a university and are only 5.5 years old. As he raced across the campus quad, he was thinking about what he was going to teach his 8 o'clock beginning algebra class. Earlier in the semester, the class had learned about sets and about negative numbers. It was time for them to learn about solving equations. Some algebra instructors would start out with baby equations like x plus 5 equals 8.
X plus 5 equals 8.
X plus 5.
Equals 8. And would ask the class to find a number that makes it true. Everyone in the class, except maybe John, Darlene, and Braden,
Oh,
would
stupid.
say, "Oh, that's so easy. The answer is 3. And the students would think that algebra is really worthless. As Fred raced across the quad, he was composing his lecture in his head. He imagined the first equation he would give them would be, are you ready? No. 4x plus 16 plus 5x
You're dying.
equals 18 plus 3x plus 19 plus 21.
What?
4x plus 16 plus 5x equals 18 plus 3x plus 19 plus 21.
Erase that 18 there.
Nobody in the class would say that's too easy. From the very beginning, you would really need algebra to find the value of x that makes that equation true.
If they're in college, why are they just learning what we're learning? Are they dumb?
They went to public school.
Oh.
A real equation needing real algebra. First, look at the left side of the equation. 4x plus 16 plus 5x. You would combine together the 4x and the 5x, which would leave you
9x.
9x plus 16. Next, look to the right side of the equation.
This is turning into like a 7-minute video.
Together, the 18, the 19, and the 21 gives you 58. So our new equation is 9x plus 16 equals 58 plus 3x.
Write it down below.
The technical name for all of this is combining like terms. All right, take out your piece of paper and write out the answer to each question. So there's 3 of them.
You forgot the exclamation point.
No. All right, so look at your page.
Come on.
You have 3 problems at the beginning that say combine like ago. I warned you that this explanation may be inappropriate at this stage in your math career, but you insisted, so here goes. The word problem was, all 3 left the room at the same time. Fred was racing at 7 feet per second. Joe and Darlene were walking at 3 feet per second. How long before Fred got 800 feet ahead of them? The equation I found was 7x equals 3x plus 800.
We're going to do math a bit different.
He's running.
Getting from the words to the equation is one of the more challenging parts of algebra because there is no mechanical procedure. In the previous chapter, when I taught how to solve equations, I could break it down into steps. First, you combine like terms. Then you put the x terms on one side of the equation and the numbers on the other side. Finally, if you have something like 6x equals 30, you divide both sides by 6. In going from words to equations, all I can do is give lots of worked out examples and some general suggestions. The most basic suggestion is that you read the problem enough times that you almost have the facts memorized. Draw some pictures or diagrams to help visualize what's going on. Let x equal the thing you're trying to find out. You actually write down on your binder paper. Let x equal.
What are y'all doing?
Laughing.
Let's put these suggestions
Playing
into
stack
action.
legs.
First, please read the word problem enough times that you can recite the facts of the problem.
They're playing tentacles.
When you can do that,
What?
go back to this page and we'll draw a diagram. Short quiz to see if you really did reread the problem. Did all 3 of them start out at the same time?
Yes.
At the end of the problem, how far apart were they?
800 feet
How fast was Joe going?
fast.
37.
3 feet per second.
Good. What is the problem asking for?
How many seconds it took for Fred to get 800 feet ahead?
Good.
Ainsley just
Joe.
carried us.
How fast was Fred going?
I know.
7 feet Yeah, 7 feet per second.
Good.
Yep, keep going, Lisa.
Ansel, you're so good at math.
The third suggestion on the previous page was to let x equal the thing you're trying to find out. We're trying to find a time. We want to know how much time passed before Fred was 800 feet ahead of the people. So
He's
on
plastic
our piece of
surgery.
paper, we would write, let x equal the amount of time it took for Fred to get 800 feet ahead of J and D. At this point, you've done all 3 suggestions. In algebra, there are a dozen or so type of word problems. There are coin problems, consecutive number problems, distance equals rate by time problems, mixture problems, etc. For the student first learning algebra, there are lots of different kinds of problems. For teachers, the situation is different. They've seen hundreds of coin problems, and they all start to look alike. A teacher will look at the word problem that we're working on and say, it's a distance equals rate times time problem. D equals RT. Then the teacher will ask, what do we know? What's given? You wrote on your paper, let x equal the amount of time it took for Fred to get 800 feet ahead of J and D. That's an important piece of information, and that is why you wrote it down. We know that Fred walked for x seconds. We also know that Fred walked at the rate of 7 feet per second. Bingo. Now we know that Fred walked 7x feet. New information. So you can put it on a diagram. Speed. That's wrong. It's not even the same thing. That's Lightning McQueen. Ed speed.
It's like when you put the turbo mode on cars.
How do we know he walked
You mean
7x
sport mode?
feet? The easiest way is to use the D equals R times T formula. The rate, R, was 7 feet per second, and the time, T, was x seconds. We know that J and D also walked for x seconds. We know that they walked at the rate of 3 feet per second.
How long is this?
Now we know that they walked 3x feet. So,
J and D, I think, is a company. I'm not gonna
it
lie.
is not. It's you and Darlene.
That's actually.
Now look at the diagram you've drawn. Fred's distance from the classroom
Why'd
door
you write
is
Goku?
7x. Fred's distance from the classroom
Write
door is
my
also
name.
800 plus
Do you not know who
3x.
Goku is?
So 7x equals
I
800
like the
plus
Naruto
3x.
No, not Naruto. He's from Dragon Ball. Or Dragon Ball Z.
I do not anime.
All right. So let's do
What's so funny
this
about that?
problem.
Seriously,
The
Brayden?
metal folding chairs were arranged by Sam in a rectangle. There
It's
were
the
47
Naruto hidden leaf
18
symbol.
chairs in each row. How many chairs were there? Please compute this without a calculator.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Great job, Barbara.
Yeah, you call her Barb.
Yes.
He's Rudolph.
Okay, so
That's,
if you have
No, this is the
chairs,
elf guy. Yeah.
Then you
Elf guy.
have
You.
I have to carry this.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you.
Why?
No, my.
Why would you encourage that?
Hope you enjoyed this. Guy is always funny, so maybe I'll film him more if it's okay with him.